The Whiskey Brothers podcast is intended for an adult listening audience. If you find yourself easily offended, I guarantee this will do it.
They don't want no problems. Nah.
From Houston, Texas, the Whiskey Brothers podcast starts now.
Welcome to the Whiskey Brothers podcast, episode 670. Might get a little loud. We're at Darwin's Pub here in Houston. We're your Whiskey Brothers, Slade Ham, Rob Mungle, Trey Tutson. Yeah. We're missing Sam. We're missing Dale. Flash is in the house. We neglected to mention that you were
Flash.
there. I know. Hey, buddy. Have a shot.
Every one of us.
That's
Times, if you will let me, could I do an impression of you doing the intro?
You jump on board. You and Dale and everybody. Look, I just say welcome, motherfucker. Yeah. It's not. Well,
I could do the whole thing. I could.
Okay.
Not now.
Yeah, let it roll. Let's start over. Let's
do it now.
Do it and go.
Welcome to the Whiskey Brothers podcast, everybody. I'm your host, Slade Ham. Next to my right is the Reverend Rob Monk. Trey Tutson is here. No Sam Ramirez, no Bill Cheeseman. We are your Whiskey Brothers.
Seated next to my right. You fucked up. I heard you. Listen, next to my right. Seated next to my right. Next to me. What does next to my right mean?
It's you know what?
Go ahead.
It's how my dad would talk about my mom.
No, don't try. Don't.
I couldn't even do it. It was just in my head. It's my bitch next to my right, always.
Really? You said that? All right. I'm still gonna call it that.
I said next to my right.
You did. Next to my right. That's
next
not
to my right.
Seated. No, but you said seated next to my right. But seated next to my right. Seated next to me or seated to my right. But you can't say both.
Seated next to my right? That's super accurate. That's on the nose. That's like black nigga. That's like so. That's double accurate. That's double accurate.
You redum-dum. That's
you redum-dum.
Man, we're in public. Somebody's going to think I said that.
Rob, stop dropping the N-word. Everybody looked over here weirdly, but then they were like, "Nah, they got chaperones."
Yeah, easy.
Yeah, I got a black card.
I got two black cards.
Yeah, Flash gave me a black card.
Well, happy New Year to you all. It is 2019.
I've already gone through my.
Can I plug something?
Plug something?
This is Friday, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna be at Rec Room with Ali Sadiq. We're doing.
What?
They're letting me two-man that with him.
Dude.
Starts at 8. Just come out. If
That's
you guys wanna
strong.
come out.
Ali's got a show at Rec.
Yeah, he's doing it because he's in town. And
Ali's an absolute monster. A lot of you guys know him from Comedy Central. He's been on the podcast before.
Yeah.
I've said it before. One of the worst guests we've ever had.
Yeah.
And I love.
I will vouch for that.
No, I say this with I love Ali. Ali, I think might be. He's in my top 3 funniest people in that I know. Hands down. I say
Not
that
right for the podcast,
but it's a weird. This is a weird muscle to flex, and I've seen Ali. Ali's an incredible improviser. He's a lot of things. That episode was just we were weird and he was weird and it was a weird mix. I want to bring him back on and do it again. So you're with him Friday night tonight.
Tonight.
Okay.
Rec Room, so it's gonna be fantastic.
Go see Trey and Ali. We're wrapping up. Did you guys work New Year's or were we all off?
I don't work New Year's anymore.
You're retiring. What do you care?
Yeah, right?
Yeah. You ever did any New Year's Eve shows?
Oh, have you done one before?
No. I hate them. I hate them.
Well,
I
I'm too
absolutely hate
new.
'em.
I've done a lot. The last 2 years are the first 2 years.
I'll tell you the best part of a New Year's is when there's a 2-show night.
Okay.
The first show of a New Year's Eve show is generally pretty good.
Indeed.
The second show is
shit show.
It's a garbage.
Yeah.
It's fucking garbage.
You did the Whiskey Brothers at my club before I was a Whiskey Brother.
Yeah, we did it.
The late
we
shows
almost killed ourselves on that stage.
Well, here's the worst part of doing a New Year's Eve show is the countdown because it depends on if a club is smart. A club will go. They'll get their headliner up somewhere around 11 to 11:15, 11:10, and then I get to dictate the pace. I have a clock.
Okay.
And I get to do my entire hour.
Yeah.
And when we all sing Auld Lang Syne and we all have a champagne toast, the show is over. And we build to that countdown.
Sure.
And we go, thank you, good night.
Okay.
We'll hang out, we'll drink.
Yeah.
Those nights are good.
When's it bad?
It's bad when they go, so we're going to get you on stage around 11:30.
Yeah.
And then at midnight, you do the countdown.
And then finish your act?
and then do another half hour.
Oh, my God.
It's happened more times than I can count.
Oh, yeah.
That's the second worst option.
Jesus.
The second worst option
I had it
of
one
the
year
three.
where we started at midnight. We had to do the countdown, and then now we're starting.
That's insane
That's
also.
madness. Because everybody's fucked up and ready to go home.
That's fucking terrible.
Yeah.
That's just such a bad idea.
So
that it's
here's
hysterical to
the
me.
worst. This is what's worse.
Hey, we'll start at midnight because everybody's ready to party then.
This is
Yeah,
what this.
and they don't want
They don't want to sit and listen to fucking
You don't start
jokes.
a play. You wouldn't start
No.
Hamlet at 12:04 on New Year's Eve.
No,
You need people paying attention.
no.
All right, Happy New Year. What's up with lamps?
Yeah.
Like, no one gives a fuck, buddy.
But that's you gotta get in a club owner's mentality.
Yeah.
Could-
How did you do it?
So
At
here's
Comedy
the
Texas.
when I did it, we did two shows, and the first show was over by 10,
Okay.
and then the second show started at like 10:15 or 10:30, and played till midnight. And at midnight, lights
later,
and sound. Yeah, we're fucking done. We played music.
DJ, we're playing music.
Let's hit it.
Jesus.
Get the fuck
I
out.
almost had a chance. Jerry Rocha was gonna let me go to Seattle to do it with him.
Woo,
but they
my
already-
worst New Year's Eve show
Is
ever
it
was in Seattle.
Oh God.
In where were you? Where were you going to the underground?
Place it turns
No.
that's the last place it turns.
Or-
midnight.
Shit. I can't remember the. It was a club though. I can't remember the club though.
So what's up there? The Parlor.
the Parlor?
There's the Tacoma Comedy Club.
Shit.
And
I think it's
then
the Parlor. I think
he
I
was
think it
doing New Year's Eve at the Parlor?
I think.
Wow.
I'm not certain, but they already had a feature.
Okay,
that's
so
why yeah.
no, I did. I probably told the story on the podcast before, Rob. I did the Tulalip, because the Tulalip Casino outside of Seattle.
Oh God.
And I played it in August,
Are
and
those
it's
bad? Or casino games?
well, so it's a notoriously hard room.
Okay.
Is everything I'd heard, and I crushed it. It was fucking like I just whatever convergence of events happened. It was the perfect storm for me. I did it. It was very good. And I left for the second show on the tour. And the booker calls me on the road, and she goes, "Wow, they loved you. They want you back for New Year's. Let's talk money." And I we
$1,000.
No, we land, bro. I take this gig.
Wait a minute. Is this
Listen
like
to
college gigs where
this
you
is
can
a
just charge a lot?
bro. I took a single show for $2,800.
Oh, fuck.
I had to fly in the morning of.
Oh, I thought you might have caught a bus. To
No,
save
for,
them.
yeah. I
three-day
left.
bus
I
ride.
left on the 28th.
Okay, yeah.
No, I flew up there the morning of New Year's Eve. I check into my hotel. I get to here's what they tell me. They tell me to be at the venue at 8:00.
Okay.
Here's what they don't tell me. Here's what they don't tell anyone. When you get there, there's a sign, all the advertisement for the New Year's Eve gig, and it says New Year's Eve, Tulalip Casino Ballroom,
Yeah.
stand-up comedy, music, champagne countdown, doors at 8.
Oh shit.
What the fuck? How did that sounds disorganized as fuck.
Yes. So I get there at 8.
God.
They kick the doors open.
Yeah. Shit show.
The only person there is this old woman rolling her oxygen to the front row,
Oh my God.
where she promptly falls asleep.
That
Oh my God.
2 other people have wandered in, clearly there as part of a group to be named later, maybe the Dufresnes.
Bitch, get up. What's up with lamps?
They're these two are in the back, just talking.
how many is a seat?
500?
500.
So at 8:30, promptly,
Okay.
the woman goes, "So are you ready?" To my merciful feature. And I look at her and I go, "This is some sort of jest."
Wait, so what's the lineup? Is there
Him,
a lineup?
then me.
A two-man. Okay.
Yes.
And they want you to do time
He's
till
doing
midnight.
45, right?
We just have to do. He's doing 30. I'm doing an hour.
Okay.
And he goes up and starts chopping fucking wood, man.
Yeah.
And I can't remember this guy's name to save my life. I don't know who he is. For 30 minutes, he talks into a void.
Oh God.
Nothing. No one. No
Shit.
response. From the lady in her oxygen.
That's it.
Nothing. You can hear them stalking the bar. He comes off stage. He introduces me. I walk on stage, and I burn through an hour's worth of material in about 35 minutes.
Okay, I've heard people say this, where they've seen people like go through, seems like 45 minutes of material in like 15, 20 minutes. Like, what happens? Like, how do you eat through that much stuff?
Because there's no response. There's no response. You're not where you're used to factoring in laughter and applause and the
talking to people and doing
the interactive nature of stand-up.
Yeah.
But it's like if I just asked you to do your set right now to my face, and I just looked at you, how long would it take you to do 30 minutes?
That's very true. You probably eat through it in about 12 minutes.
Yes.
Yeah.
So once we got there, and no one has shown back. There's no one.
Like, normally I get a laugh right here.
Yeah, and so I would do that. I would acknowledge. It was comical to me to pause intentionally. And then I texted friends of mine, hey, Happy New, and I'm counting the dollars in my head.
Okay.
Whatever 2,800 divided by 60 minutes is.
Yeah.
But every time one of those minutes rolls by, I'm sending another text message. There's no one there to check my work.
So it's just a money grab?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
What about the art?
Fuck your art.
Fuck the art.
It pays double on New Year's Eve.
Fuck the art.
On New Year's Eve, your art pays double.
Okay.
No one cares about your art.
The art.
You know what I cared about? The $2,800 check sitting in my mailbox when I got home on the fucking 2nd. I got off stage. They weren't even paying me that night. I walked off stage. I went down the stairs, straight to the shuttle. I was in bed by 10:30 on New Year's Eve.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
How much did it
Pacific
take
time.
out of you?
None.
Oh, for real?
I made $2,800. It took nothing out of me. Bro, I can do a lot of because those nights you disconnect from the art. Those nights aren't art. Those nights aren't
Dude,
the nights.
you disconnect from every choice you've made in your
I'm
life.
saying, when you were laying down, you weren't thinking like, well, what was the way I could have got him on my side? Like,
There's nobody
to get on your side.
There's nobody to get on your side.
That's like me. That's like you going, I wonder what I could have done to catch more fish in my swimming pool.
I just used the wrong bait. Yeah.
She might have been dead. I don't even know.
All right, I'm just.
And that lady, like halfway through, I guarantee she went, boo!
There was
Talk
no.
about lamps.
We're going to take a quick break. We are your
you,
Whiskey
you
Brothers. Slade, Rob, Trey. Rob is on his farewell tour. You're retiring from stand-up.
Yeah, we did the first show last night.
You're still doing the Whiskey Brothers.
Yeah.
You're still going to do the Christmas show. Will you do stand-up at the Christmas show?
Huh?
Will you do stand-up at the Christmas show?
Yeah, I'll probably do that. Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah. We'll see.
No.
I don't know.
He's
we don't know what the
retiring.
future holds.
Right.
I got 15 minutes on lamps. It's going to destroy.
All right, man.
Between now and next.
You got to hear his lampshade closer.
I don't mean to throw shade on lamps.
Christ, I was trying to get out of here before you said that. We're coming right back. Whiskey Brothers Podcast returns in a moment.
Question? Comment? Just need to vent? Email us at podcast@praisewhiskey.com.
Rob, what happened, man? We used to raise men.
We used to what?
We raised men on this podcast, and now all of a sudden, Flash is hung over. Hey, Trey, hand him your microphone for a second. What's wrong, Flash?
I hung out with some chicks last night, and they made me drink vodka. I've been on tequila.
Oh God! Can we convert you to the real stuff, and then you can just be one of us? Not one of us, but I mean, like one of. You know what I mean? That's all right. That hangover shit. You got hung over on a clean liquor.
I drank a Smirnoff Ice.
Oh, give you
It was
hung over off a Smirnoff Ice.
I haven't had one of those in 10 years.
They haven't made them in 10 years. No.
Yeah, take his mic away. Take his mic away. Smear it
I
off.
used to drink those.
Yeah,
as a kid.
and Zima?
I didn't know that they were alcoholic drinks.
Because they're not.
I used to. But I used to take them and go to the basketball court
To hydrate.
And older dudes would be like, "Hey man, you not." Hey, man, you better make sure the police don't see you with that shit, man.
Now hang on, you're not getting. Don't you question his hangoverness?
What you mean?
You over here. I'm not drinking tonight. He passed that shot off to Flash, who drank it hungover like a man.
Yeah, I'm done.
What?
I retired. Me and Rob are both on a farewell tour.
Is this because of the Christmas show?
The Christmas show,
Yeah.
I had an epiphany.
What?
Alcohol is not for me.
What? You're on the Whiskey Brothers.
I will do weed. I will do
one shot an episode and one shot an episode.
I have to do a shot an episode.
Yeah.
But it just, it really scared me. Like, if Shay wasn't with me, I would have died in my sleep.
No, we wouldn't have let you.
No, I would have died when I got home.
No, would have put you face down on a bed.
Okay.
Trust and tied you down. Listen, I know how to leave drunk motherfuckers not
Okay.
choking on their own shit.
Yeah,
I'm not trying to wake up
by
all
tying
Kristen
them down.
Ritter.
Okay.
Yes. Try to you wake up like Breaking Bad.
Yeah, man.
I'll put a pillow over your throw up.
Oh, yeah.
No, I just think you haven't done that before. You haven't tied somebody face down so they didn't,
No.
bro. So they don't choke on their own throw up.
No. I don't
You're
hang
not-
out with those people. I leave the bar and go home.
You're a shitty
Say,
friend.
Good luck.
That used to be. I'm not that good friend anymore. But I would have because we need you.
I will do the shot, but no more like heavy. I can't do the heavy drinking.
Sure,
and
I get it.
That was just
We told you.
And
We told you.
how I was. How I told my wife, like, you got soggy pussy.
Yeah, yeah.
And I know I can do better than soggy
But-
pussy,
but
which
it-
is very true.
Yes,
But I probably shouldn't have said that in front of people.
but you shouldn't have let us break
that's
you.
in the car.
You.
You know what I mean? That's some shit you say when you're exiting. You know your pussy's soggy, right?
All right. Well, you don't drink
Good for you.
anymore. All right, whatever. Rob, you've done. We were talking about New Year's Eve shows, and Rob, I believe you've done your share.
Yeah, I've done.
Rob did the first New Year's Eve.
Rob, you can't retire.
Yeah, I can. It's
He doesn't. He barely does shit anyway. It's like
Yeah, right?
retiring from. That's.
yeah.
You know what I mean? That's like
Look,
me.
I've said everything I got to say.
No,
Everything's
that makes me don't retire.
That's like me retiring from bartending. Like, you know what? Some shit I
got
don't
you.
really do anymore.
I feel
That's
you. I feel you.
it's like once
Don't worry, it's going to be
I
okay,
don't like
Trey.
hearing it. I like
You know what it
guys
means?
that-
You know what it means, Trey? Here's why you should like hearing it. It means more feature work for you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, but
That's it. It mean because every time I almost bring you,
Yeah.
I don't because of Rob.
okay.
Yeah.
Because I'm like Rob is fantastic company in the car.
Well, Rob, you had a good ride. I appreciate it.
I did okay. Thanks, guys.
It's I'm just saying there's worse things than retirement. Go out while you're on top. You know what I mean? You don't want to be that fucking
I want to go
quarterback.
out while I'm basically in the middle.
Yes,
You know?
that's you don't want to be that quarterback whose arm is. You don't want to be Ben Roethlisberger.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Let it go.
Yeah, I understand.
Go home.
I did a New Year's Eve show in Memphis once.
Okay.
Same deal.
Which
but
club?
It was God.
The
I
Funny
can't even
Bone?
remember now. I can't even remember what it was.
Was it on Beale?
This was before. This was
Is
the
that their
year
one
of
street?
Katrina.
Beale is Beale is
on Beale. It was
Memphis's.
on Beale.
But that's the strip. That's like
6th Street.
Yeah, that's
yeah.
what I'm saying.
It's like
every
6th Street in
town has,
Austin.
like,
It's
one
like
street.
Broadway in Nashville.
Yeah.
It's like every
Cleveland has like 11th Street or something. No,
probably.
I got
Nobody's
shit.
really gone to Cleveland.
It's turned around.
No, it hasn't.
you.
Yes, it is.
No.
It's like Detroit in the
They
50s
still
now.
have the Browns.
Okay.
They,
It's like the 50s. It's like Detroit back in the day, man. It's real.
no.
Yeah, they got bars and
Wow. Catching up to
Cleveland.
the 1920s.
Yeah, they can't-
they
Cleveland.
got
Caught
bright
up to
lights.
Detroit. In 1950.
Dude, there's so much shit in Cleveland.
But
now.
I did.
So
it was
it-
the same thing. It was the year of Katrina, so that was probably 2005
Five.
or 6. Yeah.
Okay.
Because I had done
That was the
su-
funny bone back. No, they moved in and like anyway.
I did this. I did the week of Katrina, and
Oh
was-
shit.
yeah, and we did the show, and then the headliner was coming out of somewhere, and they.
Do you remember who you were
they
working
couldn't
with?
get out of town or whatever, and so they said, "Hey, can you do the next week?" So I did the next week, and I had Bill Dykes came up from. New Orleans.
Yeah.
I said, I got a feature. This guy's got to get out of New Orleans. So he came up. We did the show then. But they said, hey, come back and do fucking New Year's Eve.
Yeah.
I said, okay. Since they go, yeah, you did us this favor. We'll give you New Year's Eve. And I go back, And it's the same deal. It's fucking like 2 shows. The first show had 8 people.
Yeah.
And the New Year's Eve show had like 7.
That was probably the funny bone. They were, dude. That place was.
Wait, it was no. Wait. It was nobody.
There's nobody
little,
there.
You had little audience.
No audience.
You've never been to you've never done a week in a club where they've canceled shows.
No, every time I've ever been able to feature, I mean, I've done light crowds. I've done
No,
it was like
like-
10 people. You know, like
No.
Friday late shows. Or
There's
something
there's
like
a
that.
club in Calgary I play. I play the Comedy Cave, and I do it so I can hike Banff. That's why I go. And the people we got some really cool fans up. So as a matter of fact, what's up to Zach? We got some cool fans in Alberta. But that club,
Yeah.
I've done shows for 4 people,
Yeah.
Ugh.
and if they get to just 2 people, they'll cancel. But
This was when
I've flown in on a Tuesday, and they do shows Tuesday through Sunday.
Yeah.
I've flown in on a Tuesday and not even performed until Thursday.
So
We did a show in Lubbock. There was
Yeah.
a
Froggy Bottoms?
Froggy Bottoms.
Yeah.
This little fucking looks like a storefront.
Yes.
That they sold fucking meth out of.
Yeah.
They had
Made.
these- may have. And so we do a show. It's me and Ben Mowbray. Ben had never been on the road before. I took him out to be my opener. And 4 people. There's 4 people in the crowd.
Yeah.
Okay? On the second show Saturday. And he goes, hey, man, do you mind if I stretch out? I've never done 45 minutes. Buddy, you stretch the fuck out.
You stretch like
4 people.
Gumby at yoga.
There's 4 people in what used to be a donut shop, and now it's a fucking comedy club.
You do an hour and a half,
Fucking
cowboy.
stretch.
Oh shit.
That motherfucker, to his credit, did almost over an hour with 4 people. And he goes, are you ready for your headliner? I went up there, and they said, how long is the show? 90 minutes? I went up and did 25. The headliner.
Now it picks up later, right? Like it's got to be like Friday to Saturday.
So, and then Friday or Saturday, those are the clubs. If you've had that kind of early week, you'll have the Friday or Saturday where they're like 35 or 40 people. And that's when you usually get the, oh, man, you should have been here
Yeah.
last week conversation. That's the,
Froggy Bottoms was the worst.
oh, God, there have
was
been
the
some
worst.
one-nighter. There was a club in
Kraft.
There was a club, I know, there was a club in Brownwood that's, oh, God, I'm trying to think of the shitty little Texas towns that, oh.
Those casino gigs are the worst. I did one
Oh,
in the fucking lobby of a fucking casino in Oklahoma.
Ah!
At a bar, but it wasn't enclosed. So it was
It's
still
just
yeah,
It was
I've
still-
done that one.
Yeah,
I've done that
yeah,
one.
It's still
Oh,
part
that's
of the
awful.
So people are walking around playing slot machines, looking back at you like, "What the fuck is this guy?"
They'll
talking
they'll hit a bonus, and all the lights will go off, and you're trying to talk over
Yeah.
bells and whistles. The worst casino.
How you doing over there on the thing? Let me
I-
tell you about lamps.
Yeah, can you guys hear me? Can you guys hear me back in the slot machines?
Yeah.
Can you,
How
the
does somebody book that? Like, how do you like? What I'm saying, like. you
so the
just throw
booker
comedy
the booker
anywhere?
pitches comedy to the casino. The casino
It's cheap
has
and quick and
the casino has a budget
Yeah.
that they got to burn through for entertainment. They go, comedy will be great. We'll sign a 6-month contract, and then they go, we don't have anywhere to put comedy. Let's do it in the daycare restaurant, and then suddenly
Wow.
you're showing up for comedy in this shitty venue, and the booker's making money.
Yeah.
And you're getting your shitty check.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
I did Thackerville, Oklahoma.
that's what it was, wasn't it?
No, that was a
Oh.
different. So when I did Thackerville, this was a
Jesus.
this was one of those casinos that they built the way they built like the Texans training field. It's
Big bubble.
yeah, it's an
big bubble.
inflatable dome.
Yeah.
And they just the Indians own.
Yeah.
It's just like a blow up teepee. So they put this casino in there, and it's literally the
Ow, we are here.
Yeah.
I'm Johnny Redbone.
yeah.
I am an Indian.
the
Wow.
half the place is slot machines, and the other half is a showroom.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the night before, I have to have told this story. The night before, Night Ranger was there,
What's Night Ranger?
an '80s band.
Okay.
They sing Sister
They're like
Christian.
Led Zeppelin or something.
No,
God, no.
They're no. It's no.
It's still
From the
rocking
80s.
America.
Yeah, no. One, Zeppelin's not from the '80s.
From the 60s.
two-
All
70s.
lumps together.
Two, it does not. So Night Ranger was there in
They're like
Thackerville,
Queen?
Oklahoma, and I can tell you this: they sold the fuck out.
Sure.
Okay.
It was packed, all 1,600 seats.
Yeah.
They had lined the seats up theater style.
What?
Okay.
The seats were lined up theater style.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
So 1,600 seats, and I walk in for sound check, and it's glorious, Rob.
Yeah.
I'm on this concert stage in front of 1,600 seats, and I go, when I come back tonight, We're going to burn this bitch to the ground.
Ugh.
And I came back that night. And there were 9 people.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were going to say 900.
9. And no one sat them
So they're scattered.
through the darkness.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
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 Did you get
And
them on
people
your
say,
side, or what did
There's
you
no
do?
sign at that point. Stop looking for a light at the end of this tunnel. It's not, don't mistake your house burning down for the dawn. It is not.
Hello, Thackerville.
You don't care about art at that
There's no
point?
art. There's nothing to salvage.
Yeah, it's garbage.
You cannot.
But what
You
I'm
want
saying is,
there
like,
to be a win.
but I
You
try to-
want there to be.
But I try to think about those stories, Slade, where like Leno and those people would go up in strip clubs. They would like put them in between.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So
Yes.
I'm like, well, at
and they
least-
tell you they want them over.
Bullshit.
You don't think so?
Bullshit.
You can only lie about
If
an
you're sitting in a strip
impossibility.
club and you see Jay Leno walk up and you don't know who the fuck, what is this
Yeah.
square-jawed
So,
asshole doing
So,
on
a
stage?
lot
I
of
wanna
people got
see
their
some
titties
tits.
out here. I'm sorry,
And
boobs.
this fucking,
lot of
this
boobs.
fucking gnome.
I
is
see a
up
lot
here
of boobs.
talking,
Hey, I know you're looking at tits, but
You know, it's really- you know,
what
it's-
about lamps?
It's really,
Lamps.
you know what's really hard to do with a chin like
Bring
this?
the tits out.
Eat
Why the fuck
pussy.
is this-
It's hard to eat pussy with a chin like this.
You
It's
Y'all don't think they want them over?
you
Bullshit.
don't look. You do. I have snatched victory
Uh-huh.
from the jaws, from the megalodon-like jaws
Yeah.
of defeat. We have done shows, Rob.
Oh, yeah.
I've been with you where victory as a stand-up was as impossible as time travel or something
We
similar.
opened for a Robin Williams impersonator.
Yes. Yeah. Look,
Impersonator.
and we both kept the 8 people that showed up.
Yeah.
While the impersonator they showed up to see walked them.
Yeah.
It is we have succeeded where success was impossible. But sometimes there is no success to be had.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
got
That's there you can create a scenario that cannot be beaten.
Yeah.
It's a you just there is
garbage.
this puzzle has no solution, Trey.
I can't believe you actually think
But
that
just
fucking
him
Leno.
getting so mad.
Leno killed in a fucking strip club in 1973.
Yeah,
That fucking
Yeah, they said Nixon. Nixon's kind of weird.
We all get to
Nixon's
tell it.
weird.
If you
we got
read
rid of him.
I
If
heard
you-
he would get encores.
if
He'd
you
get like
re- listen,
7
yeah, who
encores.
told you that?
yeah,
Fucking Leno.
Yeah, that's the only
Lying
person who has a
fat
story about Jay Leno taking 7 encores in a strip club
Yeah.
is
It was,
Jay Leno.
Yeah.
No, I thought Seinfeld. No, not Seinfeld.
Look,
Yeah,
I-
there's no
every comic
fucking
li-
way
Somebody-
that
If you read-
square-jawed gnome-looking
if
motherfucker
you read-
came out on stage at a strip
did. He was
club.
like,
I got to come back out. Yeah, I know that you came for the titties, but I got some stuff about Nixon. I thought you might like.
Boo! That's what he heard. He heard, boo!
Yeah, man.
You're not
Fuck
buying-
you, boo!
It's you just
Yeah, so it's funny. I was driving in this car.
there's a
and,
book called I
Boo!
Killed. There's a book called I Killed that I forget the guy who wrote it. It's all stories of comics killing in scenarios where
in like hell
they
rooms, so
shouldn't.
to
Yes,
speak.
absolutely. Alonzo Bowden's story is about Beaumont, Texas, and I was there the only weekend
Comedy
Alonzo has ever played Beaumont because I fucking hired him, and it was right before he won Last Comic Standing.
Okay.
And the story he tells absolutely unequivocally did not happen. Did not. It's a good story.
Yeah.
It's not even close.
close to true.
It's not close to true, but it's also not far from the realm of possibility. It's
Yeah.
about the Klan, the leader
Oh,
of the
yeah,
Klan,
yeah.
being at his. It did not happen.
Okay.
But it's a good
Good
story.
story. I got you.
And he gets to tell it. So fuck it.
Okay.
Him and the Klan in my room.
But he killed.
And he killed because it's all but not
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
the point is,
I destroyed it at the strip club. It was,
Sometimes there's
I used to
bullshit.
They would
7
three-
encores.
I
we're
had
your
7
whiskey brothers.
encores.
Hey,
You heard boo 14 times,
more
motherfucker.
about lamps on
That
a
is
future
not
episode.
a fucking
Rob Mungle, Trey Tutson, I'm Slade Ham. You're going to hear some stuff from Whiskey Brothers New York City on
Yeah.
some
Yeah.
episodes coming up soon. Not this one. Also some West Coast stuff on behalf of Sam and Dale who aren't with us. Trey, Rob, me, Drunk Dallas, will you 323-510-SHOT.
Boo.
Also tweet us at Praise Whiskey. We love you guys.
They don't want no problems. Nah.
Music provided by Scarface. Thank you for listening to yet another excellent episode of the Whiskey Brothers Podcast, the world's funniest podcast ever. The Whiskey Brothers Podcast was made in America by Americans, mostly in and around the Houston area. All content copyright the Whiskey Brothers. This concludes our broadcast day. Goodbye.